Good morning. This is Brian over at ConsignPro Software, and today we're going to take a little look through the ConsignPro Layaway feature. A lot of people, or some people I should say, are having difficulty with this feature, and I think it's pretty easy to use. And so I think this video will provide a little clarification about how it's used and really make it easy for everybody. So the layaway feature, in my mind, has three parts. Putting an item on layaway, adjusting money that's on an existing layaway, and then finally when the customer comes in, picking up the layaway. So that's the kind of way that we're going to cover that feature right now. The first thing you need to know with layaway is under maintain store, and you're going to see over here we've got something called a layaway percentage. That's what you'd like as a percentage of the selling price of an item for the down payment. So if we had a $10 item, in this case 20% would be $2 as a down payment. Once that's set to your liking, we're going to jump back to the main menu, and I've got three items that I'm going to put on layaway today using our Make Sale screen. I'm going to go into Make Sale. The way that you put an item on layaway is very easy. It's the letter L for layaway, followed by the item number. You can scan that item number after the letter L, scan the barcode, or you could just type in the item number. Either will work. You can also put in the letter L and press Tab. Without an item number, the system will prompt you for that item number. So L with the item number if you want to go really fast, or L tab, and then scan the barcode here. I don't have a scanning gun, so I'm going to type that item number in. Click OK. It's going to say, hey, you're putting this item on layaway. We need to know who's going to pick this item up. I'm going to say my favorite person in the world here, Walt Disney. And let's pick up a fake phone number of Walt Disney. We're going to click OK. This is the next screen, very easy. It says, what is the selling price of the item? What this part does, it locks in the price that the customer is going to pick the item up later. If you've negotiated a lower price with the customer, you can enter that here. If not, I'm just going to click OK. And so what the system does is it's going to automatically calculate 20% of that selling price and stick that into the amount column, because that's going to be your deposit. I'm going to put two other items on layaway. L5, tab, selling price is $12.99, enter. L6, selling price $8.99, just going to hit enter. It doesn't ask me for who's picking these items up or who you're putting them on a layaway for. It already knows that. And so what it's done is it's calculated 20% of those three selling prices and showed those to you on the screen. If at this point you wanted to sell other items and not put them on layaway, you can just put those item numbers in here. You don't have to use the letter L. You'll be selling those outright, but these three items we're going to put on layaway. At this point, I'm going to click on Finish Sale. System's going to ask me a question. Hey, we've calculated $6.60. Do you want to accept that amount, or would you rather accept what we call a group deposit? So let's say that customer's standing in front of you with a $10 bill, and you say, why don't we just take that $10 bill from you and that'll be your deposit? You would click yes, you'd like to accept a lump sum deposit. I'm going to say no. This $6.60 is completely fine with me, and we want to accept that as a deposit, not a lump sum. $6.60 is my deposit. I'm going to not print a sales receipt for this because I don't have a receipt printer attached. I'm going to select a cash payment. Let's say that they had that $10. I would owe them $3.40 back. I'm going to complete this sale. Get this customer without completing customer information. Yes, I don't need that customer information. All right. That customer information was something we're going to turn off. It's over here. I didn't realize it was turn on. Require customer information on sales. I'll remove that. It's not part of the layaway process. And so now we have three items on layaway, and that's it. L, item number, tab, collect deposits, accept a group deposit or not accept a group deposit, and now you have three items on layaway. If I want to see those, tools, layaways, up at the top. Here's my Walt Disney. I'm going to click on him, continue, and there they are. Those are my three items on layaway for the customer. It's this screen that we would use for part two. Part two is either changing a layaway deposit, removing a layaway deposit, or adding money to a layaway group. So anything you do to affect a layaway before the customer picks it up is done on this screen. Okay? Let's say on this screen, oh, by the way, this screen also shows you the amount you have for deposits, the amount of items, and the total amount remaining. And you'll note at the bottom, amount remaining includes sales tax. So if the customer ever asks you, by the way, all this information is on their receipt, their 3-inch printed receipt you just handed them contains all of this information as well. But if the customer ever called and says, hey, how much do I owe on that amount remaining on that layaway? It's simply right on the screen, amount remaining $26.37. I'm going to make an additional deposit because that's a very common thing. Somebody might come in and say, hey, I want to put some more money down on this layaway. I would say, okay, we're going to take another, let's say, $6.60 down as a payment. The first thing you do is click on the group. What layaway? Because this customer, by the way, Walt Disney, could have several layaway groups on this screen. Okay? We want to affect layaway group number 1, which has 3 items on it. I'm going to click on Make Deposit. It says, hey, here's a warning. If the customer is now picking up this item, you should sell it on the Make Sale screen rather than accepting the final payment using this screen. So we had a lot of customers try to use this screen to sell those items to the customer. And we're just putting this little warning up here saying that's not the right time to do it. This screen is for accepting future deposits, but not the final payment. Okay? Click OK. It says, hey, add a layaway deposit to group number 1. In parentheses, this deposit will be spread among the 3 items. We'll say yes. How much do you want to put down? I need a suggestion. See this button that says Deposit Suggestions? Okay. Here are the deposit suggestions. I'm going to put another 10% or $3.30 down. Okay. And I'm going to do that as cash. And I'm going to click Update. ConsignPro will apply the deposit amount. It's walking you through this every step of the way. ConsignPro will apply the deposit amount to 3 items on this group. Are you sure? Yep. Print layaway deposit receipt. Again, don't have that receipt printer, so I'm going to click No. And that's it. We now have 3 additional deposits on this item. The amount remaining is changed to $23.07. Okay? So that's how you can make an additional deposit against a layaway group. Change a deposit by simply clicking on that deposit amount and hitting Change Deposit. Delete a deposit, same thing. Click on the deposit you'd like to get rid of. Delete the deposit. Print a report for this particular layaway or close. Okay, I'm going to click Close. Close. I'm done accepting a future deposit on that layaway. And now let's pretend we're, I don't know, 15 days later and the customer comes in and they want to pick up those items from you. Okay? If they're picking up the items and they're going to be leaving the store with them, you want to complete this transaction. I jump into step 3. Step 3 is through our Make Sale screen, and all we do is sell the items. 4 tab, sell this item now. Yes, please. 5 tab, yes, we'd like to sell it. 6 tab, no L's, just the item numbers. Here the items are up on the screen with their final selling prices. You could adjust these prices right now if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click Finish Sale. And it applies that $9.90. $660 plus $330 is $9.90 as my layaway deposit. It accepts that as a deposit against those items. There's my amount remaining that we saw on the previous screen, $23.07. Customer's going to hand me some cash for that. Change due $90.63. Hit Complete Sale, and you've just completed a layaway. You've put 3 items on layaway using L on the Make Sale screen. You've accepted an additional deposit using Tools Layaways. Okay. By the way, that screen is now empty. They picked up the layaway. The consignor has been paid. Those items are no longer on layaway, and the customer's happy. The system has accounted for every piece of that transaction. Again, with the 3 steps, I think about that so clearly. Put items on layaway, make changes to an existing layaway, and finally the customer comes in to pick up the items, again, through that Make Sale screen. The system is kind of guiding you through the process. This is all, by the way, on page, I believe it's 56 in our ConsignPro User Guide, everything that I just went through today. If you have any questions about layaway, One last piece of reports. We've got on this Other Reports tab a layaway report. This layaway report can be printed for all the layaways you have, or when you hit print, you can put in the customer's name. Okay, and it will just print a report for that one customer. Now again, these items aren't on layaway anymore because that customer came and picked them up, so we wouldn't see them on that report. The report would be blank. Okay. That's kind of the last piece, this layaway report. Again, it's on the Other Reports tab at the top. Okay. So hopefully this has provided some clarity to our customers that are having trouble with layaways today. We did not mean this to be a incredibly difficult part of the program to use, and I think once you kind of break that down in your mind as to the three different functions, putting a thing on layaway, maintaining an existing layaway, customer coming in to pick up the layaway. If you break those three things down in your mind that way, I think you'll find it just as easy to use as I do, hopefully. That's it. Have a great day. Hope this has been helpful.